Hi everyone, we are live. I'm so excited to be here. Let me just make sure we're live. Baby's playing in the background. He's about to start crying. That's just the way my life goes. I am so excited for this little training called Content Domination. If you are ready to dominate your content, then drop a heart because I'm ready. I'm ready to teach you how to do that. I'm so excited. Content's my thing, as you guys know. It's my absolute thing. I am just trying to see if we are live. Yes, we are. Okay. I am going to drop a link in the comments of this for my Black Friday VIP list. You'll want to join that if this resonates with you because you'll get first access to my new program that's launching tomorrow with exclusive bonuses. So I have just put that there, and I have to just make sure that I'm live. I'm streaming to multiple places, so I just want to make sure we're all good. Yes, we are. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, hopefully you don't hear the music in the background because baby is playing. Let me pull up the comments. If you're here, say hi. I am so happy to be here. If you're here, please say hello in the chat. If you're watching the replay, please comment #replay. Also, let me know where you are watching from. I always love knowing where in the world you are from. Also, happy Thanksgiving week if you are in the US. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. I love it. There's something about like coming together with family and eating a lot of food that just sits well with me, of course. It's always been my favorite holiday. This year's a little weird because I'm not going to be with my hubby. I'm so sad. He's like traveling for work, so it's annoying. But it's all good. Please make sure you comment and ask your questions as we go through this little training. Commenting helps keep you engaged, and it'll also help you retain the information so you can implement it. And yeah, it'll also boost the video so more people can see it. And I would truly appreciate if you just comment and let me know if this resonates as we go. Before we get into it though, if you don't know me, I'm Laura and I'm a marketing and systems strategist, and welcome to my world. I'm so happy to have you here. I help female coaches sell out their offers using fire content without burning out. Content creation does not have to be overwhelming. A lot of people make it way more overwhelming than it needs to be. I'm going to have to go pick up my child because he's on another level today. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. You're going to have to sit with me during this live, even though I don't really want you to. I'm so sorry, everyone. This is just the way it goes. #relatable. Hey, happy to be here. Happy to have you here. I'm not sure who you are. Let me see if I can pull up the comments on my, oh, I forgot that I'm also streaming into my group. So sorry. If you are in my group, oh, okay. I need to comment that little link. Again, I was talking about this a little bit at the start. If you're in my group, hi, Lindsay. Happy to have you here. I finally see who it is. Okay, it's from my group. Okay. If this resonates, you'll want to sign up for my Black Friday VIP list. There's no obligation to purchase anything, but I am launching something tomorrow I'm super excited about. And, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, so cute. Thank you. Thank you. I'm launching something tomorrow that I think you will enjoy because it has to do with content creation and not being so overwhelmed with it. And it's like a super no-brainer price. And I'm not just saying that. Like, honestly, my business coach has told me multiple times that I should not be selling it this low. So that just tells you something. But anyway, I was talking about Thanksgiving. I think we'll move on. I have mom brain. I'm so sorry. Like, well, he's taken it all out of me. Okay. My beauty, my brain cells, honestly. Okay. If you're ready to dominate content and turn your followers into paying clients, it's time to create a sustainable strategy. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to create a simple and sustainable strategy, how to learn how to craft engaging content that resonates with your target audience and ideal clients. And we're going to talk about conversion techniques to get your followers to actually turn into paying clients, right? Because that's really important. What is the point of having a strategy? Well, hello. Can you stop slapping me? Thank you. If you're posting for the sake of posting, that's just kind of a waste of time. And my goal in life is to make sure that you don't waste your time because posting just to post something, just to check something off the list, not a good strategy, right? You want to have a strategy that first of all won't overwhelm you, and secondly will actually convert, right? Because otherwise there's no point in doing this. He's teething, so he's very annoying. Okay, so the first tip I have for you guys is to figure out what works for you. I have tons of clients, and some clients, they like to wing their content, but they still do it in a foundational way. Like, they have their foundational stuff that we're going to talk about in this training. They have their foundational stuff, they do, and then they go in and they just wing it the day of. They're like, okay, the day of, today I'm going to post about this, but they have like their foundation set, so it's not super overwhelming anyway. So that's what I'm going to try to get you to understand that you need, regardless of whether you are a super planner. There's two types of people in the world: the people that plan everything and are super organized, and the people that are messy and chaotic. I will say I'm an artist. I do professional makeup. I'm a professional makeup artist, and I do like body paints and stuff. So usually, and this is a stereotype that I don't love, but whatever, artists are super like go with the flow, and they have a mess everywhere. I will say I do have a mess everywhere. Like physically, my area where I do my body paints and stuff is a mess. But when it comes to creating my content, everything is super organized. And I do sell content planners. I'm not talking about them today. I mean, you can totally check them out if you want to. That will help you streamline the process. But again, there's two types of people in the world: the people that are super organized and the people that are not. I have clients that they just have a Google Doc and they write down their ideas, and that works for them. I have clients that need to have everything like super organized in like different folders. I just realized I have so much blush on my nose. Sorry about that. So figure out what works for you, and this is going to take some trial and error. I will say I started off with like a Google Doc just like that, and then it turned into like a Google Sheets, like a sort of spreadsheet sort of thing. And now it's like evolved into like this whole portal that I have on Notion, which is amazing. I love it. Dude, you need to stop. What is wrong with you, man? I'm sorry. He is teething, so he's not very... Okay. So again, figure out what works for you. I started off by planning my content monthly. Like, I would do like 30 days of content planning and creating it and just scheduling it out. I was super like on top of everything. As I got more and more busy, that wasn't sustainable for me. So it's all about like shifting your strategy when it comes to things like that. Some days, some weeks, I'll plan the whole week. Sometimes I'll plan a few days. Sometimes I'll plan a whole month. It just really depends on what works for you. Please stop it. Either way, consistency is like the most important part of the strategy. Whatever that looks like for you, consistency is going to look different for everybody. I have clients that like to post every single day, including weekends. I have clients that post Monday through Friday. I have clients that post 3 times a week. If you can only post twice a week, you better make sure that you're posting those 2 times a week every single week, because consistency is what matters. Figure out exactly when you're going to post, when you can post. Like, let's say your kids have soccer on Wednesdays. Well, that may not be a great day for you to post. So figure out when exactly it is that you can post. That keeps your audience coming back. When I was building up my Instagram account, I talk about this all the time. I have a makeup account that I grew to 25,000 followers or so. And I'm still active on it, to be honest. It's just not as frequent. But when I was growing that, I posted every single day. And then it turned into Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Like, that was the time I posted. And then there were days where, like, oops, I missed a post. Like, whatever, something happened. And my audience would actually DM me and be like, where is the post for today? Where are you? And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. That is, like, the first aspect of building a community. Because, like, people will start expecting your posts. If you have this strategy in place, this consistency strategy where you're like, okay, I'm going to post on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. You post every single Monday and whatever day I said just now, mom brain, at 10 a.m. Your audience is going to be expecting those posts. And when you don't post, they're going to be like, where are you? Hello. And that's the coolest feeling, because then you're like, oh my gosh, wow, I've actually built this community of people that are looking forward to my posts, that when I don't post, they're like, where are you? And that's just so exciting, right? Okay, I talk about this all the time. Content pillars. I know they're super controversial, and I'm not talking about like the content. I call them categories, like inspire, educate, promote, engage, whatever. Like those are very, very broad terms. I'm talking about very specific content pillars, and this is how you're going to have the foundation. This is the foundation of your content strategy. What is the exact framework you take your clients through? What is it that you talk about with your clients? What is it that you take them through? What is your unique framework? What is it? Those are your content pillars. These are 4 to 5 topics that you take your clients through, whatever that might be. For people in the health industry, for example, it would probably be something around diet, exercise, mindset, that sort of thing. And there's more. I just can't think of them right now. And then after that, you want subtopics. Once you have these listed out, you're going to be able to wing your content with more of a strategy. So if you're like one of those people that's like, I don't know what to post today, you can look at your list of content pillars and subtopics and be like, oh, okay, I could post about this today. And it's a little less overwhelming, right? That's what I preach to people. Actually write down, don't just think it in your head. Like, actually write down, regardless if it's a Google Doc, if it's on your notes app on your phone, you gotta have a place where you keep these topics. And it's something that's going to be evolving over time. Like, I started off with like a few content pillars and then like a few subtopics, and then it evolved into something crazy. Like, if I showed you my list of content topics, it's essentially a list of content ideas, if you will. And again, you could just list it anywhere. And it's something like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to post today. I can look at my list and be like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's post about this. So it's something to keep you organized and a little less overwhelmed, right? So keep a running list of ideas, flesh out your content pillars, and don't just think about them. Actually write them down. And batch your content. I love batching. So here's the thing. Creativity comes in waves. I don't know about you, but when I'm like in the zone, I'm in the zone. If I start something and I'm like in the zone and I'm like I'm in the zone, I cannot stop until it's done. That's where batching comes into place. When you set aside a time to plan and create your content, you are more likely just going to get it all done. And that's why batching does really, really well. Batching can come in like, I'm going to batch my week of content, or I'm going to batch my month of content. It really just depends. What I take my clients through in my agency side of things, because I am an agency owner as well, and I do done for you services. What I do there is I actually batch their content 30 days in advance, so they have 30 days of content ready to go. I think that's the most sustainable. And of course, if you have somebody doing for you, it's totally different. When it's just yourself, it makes it a little bit more difficult. My suggestion is, if you're like really, really overwhelmed with creating content, you just time block. You set aside a time where you're going to do it. And when you're in the zone, just do as much as you can. Even if that means, getting a week's worth and that's it, or even getting a few days worth and that's it. As long as you set aside that time and you're like in the zone and your creativity is flowing through you, I bet it's going to be amazing. And you're just going to get so much done, and it's going to be a lot less overwhelming, right? I have come for my own content creation. I have mastered the art of batching, and so I plan to create my content for the month in less than 2 hours. Lately, it's been a little bit like I don't batch anymore because I have just so much client work to do and other things that I'm doing. I created like this program that I'm talking about at the end of this. But yeah, make content creation a priority, because when you don't post, you don't make sales. That's like the reality of it, right? Have you guys ever noticed that if you don't post, you don't make sales? Some people might disagree. Posting is not the end all be all. I will say, I cannot think how you are making any sales if you're not posting, at least on one platform. Whatever that looks like to you, it's completely different for everybody, but it's got to be done. You do have to post. Make it a priority. Time block if you have to. I'm a huge fan of time blocking. I will just set aside my day. I will actually like literally plan out my day in time blocks like that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is repurposing, because this is also something that should be part of your strategy. It's going to look different from person to person. I would focus on 1 to 2 social media platforms plus a blog or an email list, or both if you want to do it. Repurposing is super easy when you have the foundation set like this. But if you're sort of new and you're like overwhelmed with content creation, stick to one platform. Wherever your ideal clients are hanging out, again, that looks different for everybody. I have had a bunch of clients lately that their ideal clients are actually on LinkedIn. So they have to create a lot of content for LinkedIn. But most of the time it's Instagram or Facebook. I will say Facebook groups have been great for me. I am an Instagram specialist. Like, that's what I specialize in, but I find most of my clients on Facebook. So it just really depends on where they're hanging out. And how do you figure out where they're hanging out? Well, market research will help you. Who are your ideal clients? Just think about it. I have clients that are targeting corporate professionals. They're likely not going to be hanging out in Facebook groups, so they're hanging out on LinkedIn most of the time. So don't feel like you need to show up on every platform. Again, that is the fastest way to burn out. You don't want to burn out. You don't want to feel overwhelmed. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Pick just one. Focus on the platforms where your ideal clients are hanging out and where they're searching for information. For some people, it might be Pinterest. I tend to say when you master that one platform, I would focus on Pinterest too, because Pinterest is technically not a social media platform. It's a search engine. So people go on Pinterest to search, but that's totally besides the point. There's no sense in creating content for a platform where your ideal clients are not hanging out. So don't feel like you have to show up everywhere. Just show up where they're hanging out, because otherwise it's like a waste of time, and I totally don't want you to waste your time, right? But here I'm going to talk a little bit about repurposing. I wanted to pull out my iPad, but he's not going to let me. He fell asleep, of course. That's because his naps are capped at 15 minutes, and he's taken already a nap today, and it's only 11 a.m. Okay, I like repurposing content, and there's a few different ways you can do this. I'm talking in the sense of taking one topic and making several pieces of content regarding that topic on different platforms. I like to talk about the 20-80 rule, but you know what? I'll talk about that in a second. Here's my philosophy on repurposing. Once you've mastered that one social media platform, you're going to want to try to find others that you should focus on. Here's why. The more visible you are, the better. You never know where your ideal clients are hanging out. Like I just said, corporate professionals most likely are going to be hanging out on LinkedIn, but you never know if at night they're scrolling on TikTok and then they come across your video and they need you. So the more visible you are, the more chances you have of being found by your ideal clients. So you definitely want to make sure that you are as visible as possible on as many platforms as possible without feeling overwhelmed. So like I said, master the one platform first. Once you get a good flow going, then we could talk repurposing techniques. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So here's how to get 10 pieces of content from one topic. I've talked about this before, but I'm going to I don't have this written down or anything, but let's just on the fly talk about this. Let's say you write a blog post, which I recommend everyone has a blog or an email list. Why? Because that's the only thing that's truly yours. Instagram could shut down tomorrow. Facebook could shut down tomorrow. And that would be really sad, right? If we're just relying on getting clients from social media, we're going to have a huge problem there. Social media could go away on any day. The only thing that's truly yours is your email list and your blog, because it's on your website. I mean, other technical things could happen there, but let's not talk about those. In a perfect world, those are the only two things that are yours. So one or the other, blog or email list, plus one social media platform. But in a perfect world, let's say we've mastered Instagram, we've mastered our one social media platform, and we're going to try repurposing now. Let's say you write a blog post. It's a 500-word blog post, which is pretty standard, right? From there, you could take snippets of the blog post and create a carousel for Instagram. You can literally read the blog post as a reel. I mean, I wouldn't read it because that would be kind of boring, but you know what I mean? You could take snippets of it and create a Facebook post about it, or create it in, talk about it in Facebook groups. You should, again, when you've mastered your one platform, you should repurpose everything on Pinterest. So just all you got to do is create a little graphic and a little blurb for a caption and link it to your blog post. And that just brings you more traffic, because people that are searching for that topic of your blog posts might be searching on Pinterest. So that's a totally different thing. But yeah, that's how you would repurpose 10 pieces of content. I don't know where I am right now. So blog post, you've got a blog post. So you've got a carousel, a Facebook post, a reel, which you could also literally just take that reel and post it on TikTok, post it on YouTube Shorts. So that right there is 5 pieces of content. Then pin it to Pinterest. That's 6. From there, we can also Take a snippet of it and post it on LinkedIn. That's 7. What am I missing here? You get the idea though. I don't want to like waste more time. You get the idea though. Repurposing is not hard once you have everything down. Everyone should have a repurposing strategy. Once you master that one platform, wouldn't do it beforehand because otherwise that's just the fastest way to get overwhelmed. And also don't feel like you have to repurpose. Like if your ideal clients are not hanging out on LinkedIn, don't post on LinkedIn. Ever. Like you don't even have to repurpose on LinkedIn. There's no point in that. It's just going to waste your time and it's going to lead you to burning out, right? All right. So how do you craft engaging content that resonates with your target audience? Well, how do you do that? Ask them. Literally just market research. I would also do competitor analysis. I'm constantly doing these things. I'm constantly searching my competitors, constantly seeing what they're doing, what's on their website, what are their offers, what are their price points, what are they posting on socials, what platforms are they on. Not because I want to copy them, not at all. It's literally merely for inspiration. I want to make sure that I am, up to par with my competitors, that I'm the better option. And that leads me to my next point. Why are you the better option? What is it about you that makes you better than your competitors? Is it your story? Is it your personality? Do people just magnetize to you? You want to become so magnetic. And how do you do that? Well, you have to be visible. You have to constantly show up consistently. So again, you build that, and that's something that happens over time with your consistency strategy that I was talking about earlier. Your consistency strategy, however many times a week you can show up, make sure you do it constantly. Make sure you're showing up those 2 days a week that you can show up. Your audience will start getting used to you showing up those 2 days. Even if it's just 2 days, you might think, wow, 2 days is nothing. I will say you do not have to post on social media every single day. Is it going to be a little bit of a slower growth? Yes, because people like to have the constant. No, here's the thing. Some people like the consistency, like every single day posting, like as an audience, as like your audience. Your audience might like it if you post every day. Your audience might feel overwhelmed if you post every day. You're like, oh my gosh, wait, I haven't even seen her post from yesterday. You know what I mean? So it really just depends on what it is. You got to figure out what works for you. And that's something that I talked about at the beginning of this training. But yeah. People buy from those they relate to. So you have to make yourself relatable. Tell your stories. Create that emotional connection with your audience and consistently show up. People will resonate with that and then they will totally buy from you because you'll be so magnetic. They're going to be like, wow. And that's sort of what happened to me. I'm super shy. I don't know if you can tell. I'm super shy. So going live was something hard for me. I started my Facebook group in 2020. What year are we in? 2022. In like May, I want to say. So, and then it sat at 27 members for a whole year before I decided to do anything about it. And that was just like, why did I do that? And the way it grew is me showing up every single week live, training you guys, doing little master classes and trainings on things that I am an expert in that you might resonate with. And that has built so much trust. I will say the majority of my clients have come from my own Facebook group, which is so crazy to me. It's so crazy. And it's because I'm leading with value. That's my next thing. You want to lead with value. You want to give more than you take. And give as much as you can. People say you shouldn't give everything away for free. I have to disagree with that. And my business coach also says the same thing. I give away my best stuff for free. I sell my best things for very, very affordable because that builds that trust and that connection with your audience. And guess what? People are going to pay you for implementation. They're going to see, okay, yeah, they're going to buy this thing from you, or they're going to watch all your trainings and they're going to say, oh my gosh, I'm learning. And they can learn everything from you. And they still wouldn't make strides in their business because they might need you for their implementation because you are an expert at what you do. And that's something that you have to, that's something that they need help with, right? And then the last thing really quickly is create strong CTAs at the end of every post. I'm ending with something so random like that. And that you want to inspire your audience to take action with whatever you're saying, whether it's just to comment or to DM you or to check out your landing page or to talk about your offer, like, oh, DM me for more information on my offer, etc. And every post of yours should have a CTA. Again, whether it's just a question, you want to inspire them to take action. Whether that's to comment, to like, oh, like this post if you found this helpful. etc. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna say is that tomorrow I am launching my new program. And I will give you a little hint. It's called Content Domination. And it is going to be at a very special Black Friday price, Black Friday launch price. And it is only going to be at that price. And there's going to be a special bonus with that for the people on my VIP list, which in the comments, if you check, there is a comment with the link to my VIP list. There's no obligation to buy if you join my VIP list. It's just a little opt-in so you get the news first. And once I send it out to my entire list, it's going to, well, I think it is going to stay the same price. It's going to be under $100. And it is going to be, but the bonuses will go away. So if you join the VIP list, you will get a bonus. And the bonus is like literally worth the cost of the course too. So it's like double. Basically, it's a $200 off Black Friday sale. So you want to take advantage. I feel like it's such a no-brainer. To be honest, my business coach was like, why are you selling it for this cheap? Like, you should definitely sell it for more. Little hints, like I said, if you already heard it, it is going to be called Content Domination. So if any of this resonated, hopefully you will be interested in the course. It is 4 modules, and we're talking like in-depth strategies, how to come up with your own content strategy. Basically, I'm taking everything that I teach you that I take my one-to-one clients in my intensives and my VIP days, and I made it into a course so you can do it yourself. So instead of a done with you, done for you, it's do it by yourself, but with an expert by your side. And then the bonus is really awesome, so don't miss out on the bonus too. Let me know if you guys have any questions on anything I said. I would love to hear your feedback or see if you have any questions. I'll check back the comments later because I'm not seeing anything coming through right now. I think that content creation should be less overwhelming if you implement everything that I talked about in this free training. But even more so, you're going to have such an easy time planning and creating your content with the Content Domination program that I'm releasing tomorrow. So I'm really excited for it. I'm just so excited. I've been wanting to do it for such a long time. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving if you're in the US. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.